Standing for Houston. KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
A new travel alert is out this morning for Americans after an assassination plot with links to Iran, a notorious Mexican drug cartel, and a Texan. Team coverage on the Texas ties and what people flying abroad need to know.
Plus, Republican presidential candidates duke it out. In last night's debate, we have some of that play-by-play. A family decides to do a typical autumn tradition and probably won't ever do it again. Hear the 911 call they made after getting lost in a corn maze.
I've had some close calls there. And hey, don't forget about the discounts at day spas, how you can take advantage of them this week. Ron's already eyeing that up.
This could be a first for me. I've never been to a spa.
You never have?
I mean, because it's not just for women, right?
Pampering Ron for anyone.
It's not just for women, right?
No.
I mean, men can enjoy the.
But we love it too.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
You know, include us if you
and
can.
let you know which one to do.
Okay.
We can make it a team.
I'll get gift certificates for all of you.
Oh,
But you have to be nice.
How nice.
Oh, Ron, you look great today.
Yes.
I sound like a fair deal. Actually, will probably put you in a good mood. You're faring quite well.
Yes, that is true. We've got really one more morning where we're going to still see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, but then really starting on Friday and into your upcoming weekend, we're going to see about a nice 5 to 10 degree drop for our morning lows.
Scheduled closures. I can't wait for that.
Just what we need.
Yes, my favorite. Okay, 10 after 5. The GOP presidential hopefuls go head-to-head in another debate. A look at the winners and the losers next.
Plus, it's supposed to be a fun fall activity, a corn maze we're talking about. So why did one family end up calling 911? We're going to tell you why coming up.
I can only guess.
You're watching KHOU 11 News This Morning with Christine Haas, Ron Trevino, meteorologist David Paul with weather, and Catherine Whaley helping you beat the traffic. KHOU 11 News This Morning. This portion of the news is brought to you by your Houston area Hyundai dealers.
Politics now. The latest Republican presidential debate has wrapped up, and it appears Mitt Romney and Herman Cain came out on top.
We'll tell you about some great deals at more than a dozen Houston spas for, what's it called?
Spa Week. Love it.
In other news across the nation now, President Obama says he's not done fighting for his jobs bill. That's despite a setback in the Senate. That's right, the time is now 5:26. Still ahead on KHOU 11 News this morning at 5:30. The latest on a shocking terror plot. We're getting new information this morning about one of the suspects' ties to Texas. Plus, can you make bullying go away with a simple smartphone app? One school district is trying. And how you can score some treats when it comes to trips this Halloween. Don't go away.
KHOU 11's Beat the Traffic cameras, courtesy of Houston TransStar. Standing for Houston. KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
Americans traveling overseas are told to watch out after the U.S. stops what it calls an Iranian-backed assassination plot on American soil.
Team coverage on what you need to know this morning, along with new information about the accused Texan now under arrest. And the feds are also looking for key evidence that could have been dumped along a busy Houston freeway.
And also today, not as important, obviously, the sexiest woman alive is, and what's she saying about that title? Could it be Christine, Catherine, Cheetah? Could it be any one of these women up here?
Unfortunately, I will give you a hint. The tease is no. It's not any of us.
It's not one of y'all.
No.
That's because I wasn't allowed to vote.
That's
Brownie point. He's working on that spa package.
Right.
He's looking to get him on
favor with the lady. Exactly.
Maybe
it's the good weather you're delivering. You're really kissing up to him.
Yes. You know, we're going to have to deal with one more morning, kind of like this one. It's still going to be slightly humid tomorrow. We're still going to be watching the chance for showers overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. But temperatures starting really on Friday and into our upcoming weekend.
5:56 is the time. Still ahead here on KHOU 11 News this morning at 6 a.m. The testimony that could mean a big setback for Conrad Murray's defense in his involuntary manslaughter case. police. Plus, we're going to go live to Washington for political reaction to the halt of a violent terror plot. How will it affect foreign policy? We're going to take a look. And the video you have to see to believe. I don't want to look. A two-headed snake.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to show it to you when we come back.
Was it on a plane?
Yeah.
Don't tell me it was on a plane.
I don't think so.
Standing for Houston. KHOU 11 News this morning starts now.
New from overnight, the U.S. government issues a travel warning for Americans traveling overseas after it claims to have stopped an international terror plot with ties to Texas.
We have up-to-the-minute developments on the investigation and live team coverage from the airport, the FBI, and our nation's capital.
This is KHOU 11 News this morning. I'm Ron Trevino.
And I'm Christine Haas. Glad you're tuning in on this Wednesday. Hey, we've got some good news for you. Sounds like a cool down is in store.
So we've got a cold front moving in by tomorrow morning. So, you know, we
gotta be patient.
We've got to be patient, exactly. But that's what we're kind of dwelling on. You know, the cooler temperatures that are expected, at least by Friday in your upcoming weekend. Ron and Christine coming up in a few minutes. We'll let you know if we spot any accidents out there.
All right, thanks.
Thank you so much, Catherine Whaley. The time is now 11 after 6. From Wall Street to Park Avenue, protesters are moving their feet to make their voices heard.
They sure are. Plus, more on our top story. We're going to take you live to Washington for more on why this foiled terror plot may have lawmakers taking some action when we come right back.
You're watching KHOU 11 News this morning with Christine Haas, Ron Trevino, meteorologist David Paul with weather, and Catherine Whaley helping you beat the traffic. KHOU 11 News this morning.
Good Wednesday morning. Heading out the door this morning, expect upper 60s. It is going to be a warm and muggy afternoon. Temperatures climbing to right around 90 degrees with a chance for showers by the afternoon and evening.
And good morning, Kingwood and Humble. Right now, your drive on the East Texas Freeway is starting to build, seeing a few more cars on the roadway. And there in the middle of your screen, we also have a stall. It's a little bit to see right here, but it's in your HOV lane. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll bring you some travel times.
Welcome back, everybody. The time is now 6:15. The trial of the alleged underwear bomber is now underway.
KHOU, gotta have a team.
And
Can
you
you
two
do
can
it?
look like Jack LaLanne. Jack LaLanne, I used to watch him do that all the time.
And watch, you didn't take part
Yeah, I did, every now and then.
every once in a while.
Look at this fine specimen.
Yes.
You doubt that I would ever do?
I never doubt
Hey
that.
now, hey now.
6:26 is the time. There's still much more ahead here on KHOU 11 News this morning.
Straight ahead, the latest on the Texas man charged with the plot to kill a Saudi ambassador, what those who knew him are saying. Plus, highlights from last night's GOP debate and the big name endorsement for Mitt Romney. And the two-headed snake. And no, it has nothing to do with politics.
Ouch!
That we know of.
Ouch!
That we know of.
What are you saying, Ron?
I'm sorry.
Americans traveling overseas are being told to watch out after the U.S. stops what it calls an Iranian-backed assassination plot on American soil.
Team coverage on what you need to know, along with new information about the Texas man now under arrest. Plus,
and one thing I would say is when you take the 999 plan and you turn it upside down, I think the devil's in the details.
Lots of zingers, but what about substance last night? Highlights from the GOP debate. We'll have that.
and police raid the set of Brad Pitt's new movie and find a stash of weapons. But we'll tell you why the discovery turned out to be kind of a big bust there.
Have more on that coming up. But first, the forecast you're going to want to hear about today. Cheetah's in for David.
Hey,
sounds pretty good.
Yes, you know, we're tracking a cold front, so that's always nice. It's going to bring some changes. Ahead of the cold front, we've got the chance for showers, and then behind it, we've got drier air. So that'll help our temperatures.
We could use them both.
It'll be nice to see both, exactly. So we're going to see first the humid conditions here for today.
I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Good music. I'm afraid to ask you what you think.
No, hey, I love Disturbia and Umbrella, Ella, and I better move on now.
Yeah.
There's an all-new Great Day Houston coming up this morning at 9 o'clock.
Here's Deborah Duncan with a preview.
Good morning. We have a special guest stopping by the studio today. The ultimate do-it-yourselfer home improvement expert, Bob Vila, is here. He's in town putting his skills to good use by helping one local community learn about saving money with smart energy. And now that the heat is gone, for the most part, find out what to plant in your gardens to make sure your fall is fine and your spring is king. Our resident farmer, Scott Snodgrass, will explain all that. And I think there's going to be a bag of potato chips, too, this morning at 9 a.m. right here on Great Day. Back to you.
Ooh, that actually sounds good right now.
Yeah, bag of potato chips. I want that. Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back.
We'll see you in a bit.
My name's Lisa Hernandez, and I'm the newest addition to the KHOU family. Super excited to be here in Houston. It's great to come back to Texas, where my family started, the one city that I feel I can really put down some roots. When I take what I've learned and I'm able to pass that along to children, I feel like I'm helping build a future here in our community. Houston, it is so diverse. Every culture, block to block, it changes up, and it's interesting, it's exciting. I'm thrilled to be a part of that.
Lisa Hernandez joins KHOU 11 News starting Monday, October 24th.
Okay, so we have to get through this, but then we've
can
got
do
much
it.
more pleasant conditions.
Yep, we can do it. And perfect for this weekend to go shopping for pumpkins or any fall decor. I love that.
Yeah, I need some pumpkins.
Yeah, just what you need. Hey, you got the great tie color on.
I got my pumpkin tie on.
We're matching.
Yeah,
All right, the early show is only minutes away.
Erica Hill joins us live from New York City with a preview of what is coming up. Good morning, Erica.
Hey, good morning. Just ahead on the early show, we'll bring you the very latest on that foiled assassination plot tied to Iran. We're going to let our personal finance expert give you the final answer on that.
The dangers of plastic. I know them well.
Hey, does anybody use cash anymore?
Yeah, that's a good question. You
No.
do. I think he's the only one left.
And I still write checks, too. Can you believe that? I'm
I
old
do
school.
that.
I'm old school. Hey, thank you, Erica.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Erica.
much.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll have updates on all this morning's top stories at KHOU 11 News at noon.
And a reminder, when breaking news happens, we'll be here. In the meantime, KHOU.com has the latest headlines.
KHOU 11 is a part of BELO, listed on the New York Stock Exchange as BLC.